strange to sit and hear somebody say, I was an inspiration. You know, you try to get into television and go to work one day at a time, and all of a sudden you look up and you've been in one place for 32 years. Let me just do a little bit about me. I was working in an office as a secretary, working for the man who was public relations for AFTRA, which is the TV union. And he did a magazine, and he was interviewing a young woman who got the first sports job in local TV news. And I prided myself in being a good secretary, so that if whoever called, if they had to wait too long, you know, I would come on the line and chat with them a bit, you know, just like it is today. And turns out, this woman who had just gotten this fabulous job at Channel 2 didn't know how to read the baseball scores, didn't know how to read the teleprompter, etc. And I found myself explaining to her, you know, the home team's on the bottom, visiting team on the top, it runs and errors. At any rate, when I hung up the phone, I said, wait a minute. I'm sitting here, and I know, and I'm a secretary, and she's on television. So I turned around, got the yellow pages, look up announcing. I figured if she knew little about sports, and she was on TV, and I knew a lot, and I didn't have that job, maybe I could get one maybe in a small radio station somewhere in this country. You know, figured radio starting smaller than TV. You know, that's how naive I was. You know, it's all fabulous. And so I found announcers training studios, and three nights a week for 6 months. I did a little bit of radio. I sent out 400 resumes, and that was in February. I was on my first job 2 months later in New Haven, and I scared out of my mind. I mean, you have to keep in mind, I never went to college, you know. I spent my evenings playing softball, basketball. I was in 4 bowling leagues. I had a full life. But I was approaching 30 years old, and I said, I got to get myself a career and not a job. So it started there. And when I got to New Haven, which was my first job, the guy said to me, I don't know what to tell you, but the best thing you can do in life is be yourself. And that was a frightening thought. I said, I don't think so, Howard. You know, he said, trust me. And so I set out to do that. And at that point, women didn't have a career in television past 40 years old. Not really. As soon as you stopped being, as my late friend Jessica Savage said, as soon as you stopped being a fantasy in an executive's mind, that was it. So here I was at 30 years old, and I figured, all right, I'll get 10 good years, get a good resume, and then I'll have a good job. It has been 40 years.
Yeah.
And to have it end like this, you know, I mean, picture yourself up here on this big screen. You know, and all the accolades that have happened in the last couple of months. It's been an interesting couple of months. The first 3 weeks, I just felt like I was on vacation, you know. And I still do to a certain extent. At any rate, I'm starting to ramble now. But my whole point is that I'm so grateful for my career, but I'm just as emotional and thankful to you guys who showed up tonight to say thank you, Sue, because I know you had to think about what you're going to wear. You had to fight your way through the rush hour and come and sit down at this dinner. So it was an effort. I appreciate it. Probably some of you are thinking, why did you say, what the F? what happened that night. Does anybody want to know that? I had a partner named Chuck Scarborough who, on many a night, it was hard to get his attention because he fell in love with this computer thing and this Google thing. And if there was any question about anything, his head was in it. He was down. Very difficult to get his attention. This went on night after night for years. So this particular night, this person stands there and goes 3, 2, 1. You're on. This was a fill-in. Now, 10 years ago, there was a rule at NBC, which was tell Sue. They always say tell Sue. One of my producers. Ready for this promo? We're going live. This is live. Because I got caught all the time. I got caught spinning around. I got caught doing a lot of things, but I never caught saying an awful word. So this woman did not get the memo about telling me it was live, and I'm not blaming her. I'm grown. I'm supposed to be paying attention. I got a microphone. I'm on television. I'm a professional. So she just said, so stand by. Okay, so I'm in. And the teleprompter came up, and I started reading. I finished my part. I didn't hear anything. And I looked over, and Chuck was in the computer. So I thought I'd get his attention. What the are you doing? Do you know he still didn't hear me? Everybody in New York and wherever heard me. Believe you me, I heard from a lot of people. And I looked up and the woman did this. I don't know if you've ever been in a near car accident or you had to meet somebody at 3 o'clock, but that adrenaline, that goes through your body, just whoosh. And I took my microphone off. They said, oh, sit down, we'll handle it. Handled it was, and I survived, and that's what happened.